Hello, amazing community. Oh my goodness, it's the 21st of December 2020. And for those of you that aren't aware, this astrologically is a day that many of us have been waiting for, because today marks the beginning of us moving out of the Pisces age and into the age of Aquarius, where it comes out of this I consciousness, me consciousness, and into this we consciousness, collective consciousness, community consciousness, which is really bloody exciting. So if you've been feeling tired or feeling like there's something going on right now, it's because these huge new frequencies are pouring in. So really take rest so you can allow yourself to integrate these new amazing 5D frequencies. Now, the thing I wanted to talk about quickly with you today is you can't be wanting success in your life when it comes to relationships or, receiving more money, more opportunities, but then focusing on lack. Like, you cannot be saying, well, you know what? I want to call in my soulmate. I'm just going to go on all the apps and make it happen, when really deep down, you don't believe for a minute that you can actually have that big, beautiful soulmate love that you really, really want. It just cannot happen if you are not being what you want to receive. Does that make sense? Like, we literally have to be in full vibrational harmony with our desires. So you can't be, focusing on the lack in your bank account, but then saying, I want to receive $3,000. Like, you won't. You just won't. You've got to be vibrating with what it is that you wish to desire. So it's very, very important to look at the actions that you're taking right now. Because if you're just saying, well, I really want to meet my soulmate, I just keep putting myself online, Lucy, like I'm trying really hard, I want to make this happen, I really am ready, you're actually operating out of lack and disbelief. And what you're doing is you're going about this from a place of non-belief, and it feels hard. It feels like, oh God, is this ever really going to happen? And that's the frequency that you're emitting. It's like your signal that you're sending to the universe is, this isn't going to happen for me. I don't even really know why I'm bothering. I don't even really know why I keep putting myself on these apps, because love doesn't work out for me and I don't attract the good guys. Like, that's for other people. So this speaks directly to your belief system and your mindset. And let me tell you something. The amount of women that I see on breakthrough calls who we invite in, who will say, I don't even know how I'm going to finish the rest of the investment. I got no idea. It's like, don't worry about it. It will happen when you get out of the way and you stay in your abundance consciousness. Does that make sense? If you're constantly focusing on what is and trying to make change from there, you are going to keep yourself in a holding pattern. You can't find a solution from your current mindset, okay? So what I mean by that is you've got to be getting yourself into vibrational alignment with your desires and already feeling that you have received. And this is where the mindset work is. This is why women see a shitload of miracles when they come and join work with me, because I help them elevate their consciousness. I help them elevate their frequency and their receiving powers, because it's all about alignment. Everything's about alignment. You have got so much power and magic inside of you right now. You have got so many manifesting powers sitting there in your soul right now. But when we keep just going on autopilot and regurgitating the same behaviors, the same beliefs, the same doubts, the same fears, and we don't tend to those and do the work to release those from our own DNA and our own cells, that is why it starts to feel really, really hard to get change, to create change. Because you're just like, well, Lucy, I'm doing all these things. Like, I'm doing the positive affirmations, I'm seeing a therapist, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm putting myself online, I'm the exact weight I want to be. Like, why isn't anything happening? And God, that feels frustrating, doesn't it? It feels so frustrating, because you feel like you're doing all the things you're meant to be doing, but you're doing them from your headspace. And you're missing the biggest ingredient here, which is your ability to feel and vibrate with your desires, because we live in an energetic universe. You, me, we're all just energy. And we're either vibrating to expansion and possibilities and receiving and miracles and abundance, or we're vibrating to lack, disbelief, doubt, fear, victimhood, poverty consciousness, woe is me, it's never going to happen. You are literally either in one or the other. And so I lived a long time in scarcity consciousness where I was reaching like a mother freaker. I was the exact person I just described, like doing all the things and feeling like I was hitting my head against a brick wall where I was like, what the fuck, universe? Like, what do you want from me? Like, why can't I just have this? And I know that's how many of you feel right now. You're just like, fuck you, fine, I won't have the relationship. Like, I'll just fucking have a good life on my own and be the godmother to my friends' kids, right? And you start to feel deflated. And what happens is you start to then give up and you start to move into your plan B and you start to move into settling energy. And that is because you haven't actually got the work that has integrated these new beliefs into your soul. You're just operating out of the conditioning that you've grown up with. And you're accepting and tolerating that like this is it. Instead of going, hang on a minute, if there's other people in this world right now that do have what they want, that I want to go learn that. I want to be that person. Because it's just an illusion to think that your current circumstances are going to be staying like this, right? It's an absolute illusion. But you've got to do the inner work to raise your consciousness, raise your frequency, up-level your beliefs, so that you can get out of the victimhood and the poverty consciousness, because otherwise you're going to be on a loop and 2021 is not going to look any different to this year, and 2022 is not going to look any different to this year. And that's because you're living out of that little girl right inside of you who absorbed all of this conditioning at a very young age. And she's running your life. She's running your bank account. She's running your relationships. She's running everything. And she doesn't feel like the universe has got her back right now. She's just like, fuck that. No matter what I do, things don't work out for me. And that's called victimhood. That's called poverty consciousness, right? Well, I would do your program, Lucy, but I can't afford it. I don't make money like that. My program's cheap, FYI. My program's fucking cheap. When we're talking about changing lives and seeing women go on to get opportunities and to pay off their debt and to receive, my program is fucking cheap. It is a mindset, right? That's where the shift is. And this is about you learning how to value yourself, to get out of your parents' stories that money, it's greedy to want to have money and you should just settle. And why can't you just be happy with this type of relationship? Why do you have to want more than that? That is really rigid with a major lid on. That's not expansive. That's not who you are. You're in this community for a reason, because you're drawn to my light. You're drawn to, what if she can have that kind of relationship with her husband? Like, I want some of that. And literally, that is my job right now in this community, to show you what's possible. I am no different to you. I just made a decision that I got sick and tired of living in such scarcity and this victimhood consciousness that I was like, fuck that. I want to have the soulmate relationship. I want to be able to receive. I want to get out of only ever just having enough, right? So it required me to up-level my mindset, my beliefs, to shift the conditioning that I'd inherited at a very young age, to deal with my doubts, my insecurities, my inadequacies, fear of getting what I want, all of that stuff. And when I made that the priority, my entire life shifted. So I go back to the beginning of this conversation, which is you can't be wanting success, but deep down be tuned in and focused on failure. It doesn't work. If you want success in love, if you want success in your bank account, then you've got to do the work inside to dissolve this fear mentality and this control freak energy, and your whole world will shift. It is all here for you. And as we close out the year, I really encourage those of you that know that it's time to step up. It's time to get what you want. It's time to be the chosen one in love, in relationships, just in your life, right? Because you're here for big things. And settling feels like shit. Being a victim to the world right now and hiding behind COVID and blaming this and blaming that, stop giving your power away. Now is the best time to be alive, for us to call in our desires. And all you got to do is be a vibrational match in order to receive what you desire. And that is my jam. That is what I'm helping women with every day of the week. And I just say, why not you? Isn't it time to live your best life right now? Yes, fucking yes. So book a call with our team. Go watch my free masterclass in here if you haven't seen it. It's time for you to pull in your magic, pull in your dreams, and to get into vibrational alignment. You're going to wish you'd done this a long time ago. All right? Bye.